लड़कियां ड्राइव नहीं कर सकती, लड़कियां बाइक्स नहीं चला सकती। इन्हीं जेंडर स्टीरियोटाइप्स को तोड़ते हुए आज वाई फैक्टर में हम मिलेंगे एक ग्रुप ऑफ यंग वुमेन से जो बाइक राइडिंग करती हैं। वेल, आज हम उनसे ये पूछेंगे कि वो क्यों इतनी पैशनेट हैं बाइक राइडिंग के बारे में, क्या उनके चैलेंजेस हैं जब आता है एक ऐसे स्पोर्ट के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में जो कि कंसिडर किया जाता है मेल डोमिनेटेड, और क्या क्या उनके ड्रीम्स और एस्पिरेशंस हैं व्हेन इट कम्स टू बाइक राइडिंग। आइए आज उनसे मिलते हैं। So we're with these young women bikers who are breaking gender stereotypes. Let's talk to them about why they chose this, what makes them so passionate about it, and what are the challenges they face. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Gunjan.
Gunjan, आप कब से बाइक राइडिंग कर रही हैं?
It's been since 1 year since I've been riding. Let's ride.
So 1 year. First of all, why did you choose bike riding? It's not something that is very common among women, but why did you choose it?
It was basically one of my passions and dreams also, and I just wanted, have a hands-on bike rather than sitting behind. I just want to have that throttle feeling, and so that confidence build up. So all that comes up.
You think you gained a lot of confidence with that?
Yes, a lot of confidence. I feel like flying. It has given me wings since I've joined Let's Ride family. So it has really given me wings.
Fantastic. I love that feeling when you say that it's given us wings, and I'd like to take full control and full throttle when it comes to bike riding. And women generally were considered to be better pillion riders than actually riding the bike. What makes you so passionate about, what is so special about riding a bike and taking full control of something, which is also called a mean machine as a bike?
Hi, I'm Jyoti. I don't want to be pillion first. That's why I'm riding. And I'm in love with this machine. And I feel like free. And I feel like free with bikes.
So you were never told कि लड़की हो क्यों चला रही हो बाइक, या बाइक जब चलानी एक्चुअली शुरू की, did you have men telling you this is not how you ride bikes?
Yeah, definitely. अभी तक बोलते हैं when you learn 125 cc and 110 whatever and you suddenly start 350, तो मैडम आपको पहले छोटी बाइक चलानी चाहिए। तो स्टार्टिंग में you never know the differences between CCs and all engine things. तो बहुत सारे लोग मिलते हैं, जब गिर जाती है क्या कर रहे हो मैडम, क्यों चला रहे हो?
आपको what's the answer you give to them?
भैया चला लूँगी, आप रहने दो।
And I think वो चला लूँगी वाला confidence comes when you really have that sort of control and skill with your machine. How long have you guys been riding bikes?
It's been 4 months.
4 months.
Yes.
It's been 1 year since I've been with Let's Ride, and it was my passion since long, as my husband is a rider. But it's like he always used to say the pillion riding is not easy, so I will not take you. So every Sunday he used to go out with his friends. So let me behind with the kids. So one fine day I decided, when I got an opportunity with Let's Ride, I picked it up and I learned it. And we have covered Leh Ladakh also, Chakrata rides and all also. Now this machine is our friend, and we roam around them. Depression has gone because weekends goes with the bikes now.
I just love the fact when you said that kids are there and I'm coming around here and by riding my bike. How was the family's response?
Well, from the partner side it was positive, and kids side was also positive. It was only the parents elderly parents who were little conservative, and then I went with the bike with my husband to my hometown, and they were like zapped seeing me coming with the bikes, and that's how now it's like they know. They always say you must be riding somewhere if you don't pick up the phone.
I think that's a fantastic way of going missing and not your family not being able to find you. But this is a great combination. 4 months and 1 year of bike riding. What's the difference when you start? Are you scared? How do you handle the machine? And it's a heavy machine. It's not a cycle. So really, how is that difference panned out from 4 months to 1 year?
So I have been a pillion since 8 years. So my father is a rider. So that was my motivation. So when I started with 110cc, it was okay. but gradually it takes practice to get over, but eventually you get it.
You able to handle the bike initially? Is it heavy? How do you manage?
It's all technique and it's all the confidence in the trainer and yourself. You need to have the confidence in yourself and you need to have the confidence in the machine. She's your friend, it's in your hand how to control it. That's it.
So a lot of confidence, of course, and that feeling of freedom, you know, that you're flying with your machine. And of course, when you get family support and friend support, you know that you can achieve greater heights.
The ladies, generally we don't get to see this. Women generally are fighting or pulling each other down. Over here, it's different.
I think that's changing now, isn't it? There's a lot of sisterhood which has emerged, and we women have understood that we don't need to pull each other down to be successful or to be in the limelight. We can, walk together, stand by each other to really achieve greater heights.
That, when we are training over here on the ground, or whether we're going out for rides, if one is left behind, there's somebody waiting for her. If somebody falls down, the bike falls down, there are, others, rooting for her to pick up the bike. If you're not able to, do something, they will come and give you tips as to how, you can do it. So there's a lot of motivation, positivity that comes, which makes you feel happy. Like,
Jimmy, do you work? Do you study?
I work.
What do you work as?
Media agency.
So, media agency, of course, you and I will understand what sort of, hard work and skill that is required in a media agency. But from your bike riding skill to your professional capabilities, do you see that the skills, the confidence that you learn here, that translating into professions as well?
It does. So, like I said, over here you learn a lot of things. One major thing is how to work in a team. Alright. If I'm not able to do something, there'll be 3 people standing behind me, cheering for me, rooting for me. When I go to office, and if there's somebody who's not able to meet targets or not able to complete a project in time, sure, it becomes my responsibility to help that person, because that is the kind of support I get from my team over here. So you learn things at work and you try to implement it over here. You learn a lot of things over here and you try to implement. It's like life lessons.
Right. Have you also sort of life lessons सीखे हैं? And first of all, tell me, how many years have you been riding a bike?
Only for 4 months.
Okay, 4 months. तो अभी आपको थोड़ा change नजर आ रहा है अपने में?
मुझे तो बहुत चेंज आया कि एवरी वीक जो हमारा फ्री टाइम होता है वो हम इसमें बाइकर्स में स्पेंड कर सकते हैं. दूसरा कि एक फ्रीडम फील होता है, और दूसरा फैमिली भी काफ़ी अच्छा सपोर्ट देती है.
फैमिली से कुछ ऐसा रिस्पॉन्स नहीं मिला शुरू में कि क्यों बाइक राइडिंग, और चाहे गाड़ी चला लो, बाइक क्यों?
मैम इसमें मैम एक्चुअली क्या होता है कि थोड़ा एक्सीडेंटली थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है, तो इसलिए थोड़ी फैमिली इतना नहीं करती, बाइक्स के लिए नहीं एकदम से अलाउ करती.
आपने क्या उनको बोला, क्या ऐसा बोला जो उनको कन्विंस?
उन्होंने 2-3 बार की उन्होंने वीडियोस देखी is done.
हाँ, so I think that's a great way to convince families. कर लो, उसके बाद जब वो देख लें कि हाँ भाई कर सकते हो और अच्छे से कर रहे हो, then they have that confidence and they won't sort of stop you. But bike riding, जैसे हमें Bollywood movies, Hindi movies में दिखाया जाता है, and very less women actually riding a bike, but that's a lot of style, that's a lot of glamour. How much of that is there in bike riding, and how much of skill and aptitude is required?
See, bike riding has changed my personality. The kind of person I used to be a year back when I was not riding, and today when I'm riding, I'm a totally different personality today. If you talk about my professional life, yes, my leadership skills, my confidence, my communication, everything has improved, and it is because of this bike. You are in control of your life. You have not given this control because as a woman, we have taught always your father will guide you. It's a good thing, but your father will guide you. After marriage, your husband will guide you, your brother will guide you. It's always, you're always guided and protected. But as a woman, there's always a dream that, we want that freedom. Freedom is not because of somebody's guiding it, protecting us. It's just because we want our own freedom. Every time we don't need to be protected, right? So that's freedom this bike has given. And if you talk about glamour, yes, that's this attitude, style. I'm telling you, this bike has given me everything, whatever I was looking in my life. It's my first love, I would say. And I am, generally I have many things to say, but this time I'm getting speechless, I'm getting emotional.
Share with us some beautiful, nice memory with your bike, which you remember now.
N number of memories when you're riding on bike and somebody is, honking, and they come specially to say, cheer up, well done. That's one of the nicest memory when we ride on that road and male dominant, all bikers, and out of a sudden they're seeing that your hair are popping out and somebody says they turn back and just to make sure whether this girl is riding. So that head turning moment is something, a beautiful memory. People make sure that first they'll go just to make sure whether the girl is riding, they'll turn back and they'll confirm, okay, she was a girl. And few of them like why you girls are riding, they give this kind of attitude also. I'm not saying, but there are men who come forward and say well done. So this is a memory. And when you rode for long distances, I went to Nainital, I went to multiple places. I do not have things to remember, but it's a beautiful journey. I'm still counting on memories. It's just 1 year and I'm sure my life is gonna change from here. I'm gonna have so many beautiful memories. I have so many beautiful memories to tell to my grandkids, to my next generation.
And I think you guys will also serve as a great source of inspiration to your grandkids and everybody around you. But that feeling of what she said, that we have heads turning, we girls love that, don't we? Breaking stereotypes and then getting those reactions from people. We love that, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think what stands out is that once you learn how to do it right, which is like you learn the technique and skill, the confidence and the attitude and style comes with it. So you're not only riding as a woman rider, right? Because a bike doesn't know whether you're a guy or a girl. It's that you ride with the confidence and the love for biking. And I think that's what stands out on the road for all of us.
That's true. The bike doesn't know whether you're a man or a woman or a third gender. But do you feel that there is some sort of difference? There is that you guys feel that being a woman, you have certain amount of difficulty or perhaps some sort of ease into bike riding than men?
No, I don't think so. I think that biking or bikes are for everybody. As women, as men, I think as women we're more determined to do it right. So we're more focused, we're more disciplined. So we also train, right? So we see women come to the ground at 6 a.m. and they're there at 6 a.m. And it's also beautiful to see that after we've learned, we have a lot of participants who come back and train other girls. So I think there isn't much of a difference when it comes to whether me being a woman or a man. It's just the love of it.
Absolutely, it's the love of it. And talking about discipline, it's very important that when we're on the road, we follow rules, we don't break them, and we don't get into that whole sort of glamour of being stylish and all that attitude that comes with bike riding. But what are the challenges that you face on the road and how do you overcome them?
I think there are a lot of challenges, and biking was never my passion. It was a fear that I wanted to overcome. And even when I started riding, I had a lot of challenges. First was that we are raised with certain kind of always people used to say that girls are not bike is not for girls. And I took some time to overcome that fear, and finally when I started riding, I don't really relate to glamour with bike. It's more like you have more confidence, but it's never glamour. I take off my helmet and my hair are all flying, but yeah, a lot of confidence that comes in with bike riding.
I'm sure you have good memories, but ऐसी कोई memories जो आपको road पे unpleasant रही हो और उनसे आपने lesson सीखे हो for your bike riding?
Recently this happened. Actually, I used to ride a bike pehle, but then I took a long break of 18 years. Now, all thanks to Amit and KD and to Let's Ride that I could pick up the heaviest bike in the market right now, Enfield. हमेशा से हमारे दिमाग में बिठाया गया था. It's a bike for big muscles. Somebody who's tall, who's the stature, has to be there to pick up that bike. But let me tell you, after coming here just for 4 classes, and the third session I picked up an Enfield. And still I couldn't muster the courage to go alone because it's a heavy bike. 30 degrees bang means it's gone. सबसे पहले तो डर निकाला मेरा, गिरने से डरना नहीं है. और गिर के हम कपड़े झाड़ के खड़े हो जाते हैं, which is the best thing. So I was not scared. I was scared, but I was not intimidated as such. So the other day I came back from Noida all alone. And there was a huge traffic jam. मेरा सबसे बड़ा fear था कि bumper to bumper traffic because my legs are short. So I have to really maneuver, which was again taught to me. That was a beautiful skill that I learned here. And not even a single fall. And my bike was steady. I was confident. Today I rode alone. And I'm very happy about it. That is one thing I wanted to overcome. And thanks to the academy, we did it.
So overcoming fears of actually meeting with accidents, probably, or falling of any kind, literally falling and metaphorically. For you guys, what has been your, pleasant memory or unpleasant memory that you would like to share?
Not really unpleasant, but I have this fear. The more I am into this biking now, I'm more conscious of my life. Like, I don't want to get into a situation where I can't save myself. So whenever I'm riding, I think of the scenarios in whichever way I can like mess up things. So I'm very conscious while I'm riding. So this fear is also important sometimes. So I have this fear, and it's good fear, and I don't want to get rid of this fear.
How much time have you been riding a bike for?
It's 4 months now, I think.
4 months. So do you see, मतलब कुछ ऐसा डर या कुछ ऐसी hesitation जो आपको पहले थी जो probably 4 महीनों में चली गई है?
Mainly riding in a traffic, I guess. I was comfortable riding scooty in a traffic, very comfortable. But bike, again, it's a heavy bike. I can maneuver a thin bike easily, but talking about like GS or something like that, it was difficult for me. So Amit gave me his bike for a day. Just go, take it, ride करके आ और बता. So that day was the first day I rode some big bike on road, like on traffic. So that was the time when I really overcome my fear of riding big bike on road.
Lovely, lovely. Up ahead, you are into bike riding, all you girls. What are your dreams? Some of you are also, I'm told, competing in races. Some of you are going to Ladakh for bike riding trips. For you guys, what are your aspirations and dreams now?
So biking has given you that independence and that freedom to actually dream about something bigger than just riding here. So like everybody else talked, Amit has now given me that confidence that I can now aim higher. So like you also told, we are now planning to compete in international tournaments as well. And it has something that has not happened before, especially in India. It has not been heard before, girls competing with men in an international tournament. The formats are not designed for females. So bringing organizations to realize that females can be formidable participants, they can compete, making them change the formats of those competitions, or making them at least oblige the fact that a female can compete. All of these are now the bigger targets that we have to chase, and of course a lot of willpower goes there, a lot of tug of war also goes there. So yeah.
I think we women are making that space around the world for ourselves in different fields, that formats have to be changed, guidelines have to be changed, because women are now becoming successful in what was traditionally considered a male-dominated sport. But when you guys go for international races and competitions, do you see a difference in the acceptance of women riders? कि perhaps दूसरी countries में ज़्यादा acceptance है और हमारी country में नहीं है उतना?
So see, universally I'll say this fact at least is true, that female participation at least in motorsport is obviously lower than men. That's something that universally holds. But yes, compared to India, there are countries like South Africa which have specially female dominated teams. They have special teams separately for males and for females. So of course this is different for different countries. I will say universally yes, it's lesser. In India, we are yet to embrace that fact that women can ride a bike and they can also participate. So I think India is yet to reach that stage, but I think we are reaching.
I think we have all of you, of course, who are changing that perception and who are changing the face of Indian women riding bikes. So I've got the co-founders of Let's Ride India with me, Amit and Kuldeep, जिन्होंने ये शुरू किया. Let's talk to them about why they started it and what really, are their plans ahead. Amit, first of all, tell us, ये आप लोगों ने शुरू कैसे किया?
शुरू ऐसे हुआ कि we used to run a rental company, a motorcycle rental company. So one fine day, a girl called saying that she wanted to rent a motorcycle and she wanted to rent a rider. And I, out of curiosity, asked her, why you want to rent a rider? She said, I do not know how to ride a motorcycle, but I would like to enjoy a Harley Davidson as a pillion. Now, why do you not know how to ride a motorcycle? Because she said there's nobody to teach. And we found out, yes, there was nobody to teach female riders how to ride a motorcycle. So that is how it all started. Basically with an idea that there is no one teaching female riders to learn how to ride a motorcycle technically, professionally, in a professional ground, with the fleet, with a proper curriculum, with a proper course. There was nobody there. So that is how it started, and that is how it has evolved today, where we have trained more than 600 girls across 5 cities, and it is growing as we speak.
आप लोगों को कितना टाइम हो गया ये शुरू किए हुए?
हमें अभी तक almost 4 years we have started. 4 years, yes.
So 4 years, 4 years has a lot of challenges, a lot of achievements as well. Of course, एक जाहिर सी बात है, people will say a lot of things. People must have criticized you also. This is considered to be a male-dominated domain. What do people say and how do you guys really overcome that?
See, अमित और मैं इस चीज़ में बिलीव करते हैं, somebody needs something, it should get something, right? So लोग कहेंगे कि क्यों सिखाते हो, क्या पर्पज़ है, एंड सबसे बड़ा जो क्वेश्चन मैं और अमित हमेशा फेस करते हैं, 4 दिन में कोई कैसे सिखा सकता है, राइट? तो हमने अपने पूरे प्रोग्राम को इस तरीके से डेवलप किया है, बीइंग अ एक्सपीरियंस्ड राइडर, सो वी आर टोटली टॉकिंग अबाउट टेक्निक्स irrespective of gender.
You're right, कि regardless of gender, you have to teach the skills, but do you have that sort of approach when you are training the girls ki because they're women you have to perhaps take a different approach or be a little less firmer than with the boys?
Earlier we used to be in the similar fashion, a little laid back, not push them a bit harder. But in the last 6 months I've realized this. A few of them, at least half of them, want us to push them forward. We have developed another programs like trail rides. We have taken them to do a ride which had 1500 kilometers in 2 days. Now they want us to give them a level of technique, a level of confidence, so that they can compete with the boys anywhere.
Do you see that change in them also? जैसे you're talking about pushing them and giving them that confidence. Do you see जब एक लड़की, एक women rider आपके पास as a beginner आती है and then several months into it or several years into it, do you see that change in them?
There is a huge level of confidence that we see. Confidence is the understatement. And what I always tell them is, like motorcycling is a life skill. Things will go wrong. Things will never go according to plan. You will get left behind from the group. You will have no signal on your mobile phone. You will not be able to see maps. But still, you have to keep it together. Still, you have to reach to your destination. Still, you have to keep yourself safe and learn to deal with it.
You guys are also going to a lot of competitions across the country and outside the country. How do you guys prepare for these competitions, and do you see that difference जो इंडिया में acceptance है women bikers की as opposed to other countries?
In fact, in April this year, we conducted the first Women Biker League on the 10th of April on this ground. And one of our main sponsors came to us to visit the ground and he asked, how many participants are you expecting? And I told him I'm expecting around 50. And he looked at me in shock and said, Amit, do you know in the last 2 years of all the motorcycling events that have happened across the country, collectively they are not 50 participants. How can you expect 50 participants in a single event which is happening in the heat of April? Sir, I'm still expecting 50, and we had 48 participants. So it is a stereotype that women do not want to participate in competitive formats. That is bound to be broken. And as we increase the level of training, we understand their will to perform, their willingness to learn the most difficult things that can be accomplished on a motorcycle.
All right, so quickly, tell us also, all the girls that might be watching and they want to join you guys, how can they join you guys?
So they need to visit our website or social media, We are very approachable. You can reach out to us or write on us on info@letsride.in. You can Google it. We are here. We are First Women Training Academy. You will find it on our social media, and we will welcome you. You go ahead, live your dream, and come and learn. This is a beautiful journey.
Just to wrap up this lovely conversation, one thing that you would like to tell all those young girls who are watching you and want to become bike riders like you, one thing that you would like to tell each of them?
I would say everyone has their own journey. Go with your own pace. None of us are here because someone sent us here. We are doing it for ourselves, and it's not difficult. Bike doesn't know that it's a girl or a boy or female riding it. It's just the skills.
I would say live your dream. Like, don't ever stop because someone tells you that you can do it. I think you dictate your own journey. Don't let anyone else dictate, your fears or what you can't do. There's nothing in this world that you can't do if you try hard.
Just want to say, dream it, achieve it. That's your life. Nobody can stop you. If you want, it's not about riding, it's not about biking. Anything on this earth, you want it, you can do it.
Says things to only for ma'am follow this trick is very easy. Nothing इसमें मैम कुछ भी ऐसा डिफिकल्ट नहीं है कि हाँ कि इसको हमें राइड करने में कुछ डिफिकल्टी आती होगी, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है.
It will always lead you to your happy place.
If 1% also you wish to ride this machine or take a control of this machine, please try it. It is wonderful thing, and once it is your passion, when you make it as a passion, you will forget the world behind you who are making fun of you, making questions behind you like कैसे चला रहे हैं, क्यों चला रहे हैं, घर छोड़ दिया है. आपको आपका रास्ता आपको खुद ही मिल जाएगा, आप खुद बना लोगे.
And for young mothers especially, one message.
I'm not young mother. My elder daughter is already 25. She's a doctor.
Let me just tell you that you don't look like the mother of a 25-year-old. You really do look like a young mother. But if for all mothers out there, what's the message?
Yeah, all mothers, you can do it. When we can take time to cook food for our kids and take care of their everything, grooming and study and everything, we can take out 2 hours, 3 hours for ourselves.
Just go for it. Just go for it. Biking for me is basically meditation. So Sundays you go out, you meet, socialize, you meet people, you love your machine, you do one thing that you're happy about.
Just pursue your passion. If you can dream it, you can do it. Just go for it.
Where there's a will, there's a way. That's what I will try and say,
Absolutely. So give her wings and she will fly, and that is what our young women bikers are proving every day and breaking that gender stereotype one ride at a time. Well, this is it in Bike Factor, but I'm sure you've got your dose of inspiration today with this episode. But we'll meet you next time again, of course, with something interesting. Till then, bye-bye.